reminds me of the show Is It Cake?
Is it cake? Is it cake? Is it cake?
Oh my god!
This isn't cake.
You got a rhythm that rewrites through. Baseline walking in your perfume.
To dive into this and talk about everything about it, what it has taken to be able to design something like this. Very modular. Change the case, stick your magnet there. Let's say you want the blue one there. Fits the character of the DSK2 Cyberdeck. Let's talk about the components that are inside. 4-inch LCD display screen. It's also touch, and with the 4-inch display screen, you just attach it to your Raspberry Pi SD card slot, and then you have your HDMI ports and audio, and the USB-C to charge. HDMI to micro HDMI points to attach it on top. So instead of having a cable, you can just be able to use that. First, for the keyboard, I have a variation of different keyboards that I can be able to use. I have the computer that you can be able to use it via USB or Bluetooth, and I have quite a lot of different keyboards to be able to use for this system. I will explain in details about the keyboards that you can be able to use for a Raspberry Pi in the next video. For me, this is my go-to choice. I like the computer because it has quite a lot of things you can be able to do, but you have to do them separately. It loses its mojo when it comes to that. But when it comes to pairing it together, if you're on the go, then it's perfect because you can alternate and use it for something else. When it comes to typing, overall, it's not the best one because of the, if you compare the keys of this and that, then you see the difference. Now I'm also using the mouse till I figure out how to design my own mouse that's small, maybe a roll or something, which will come in the future. I designed different cases for the battery. So these cases can be able to hold the battery and give it a nice finish to it, you know, whatever direction you put it, or whether you want to tuck it at the back. It's a modular system, and this modular system, you can be able to change the battery case if you don't like that. You can be able to change the front face, you can be able to change the body, you can be able to change the battery holder, for example, if you want a different look. The design for the speaker was quite good. It came out very well, and I'm using small little speakers like this to be able to have the sound coming out, and then using a speaker jack, I can be able to have my audio coming out. So as you can hear, the fan that's running at the back is quite loud. So this is overkill. Technically, what I would have done was just to have one, even knew that the fans were quite effective. But maybe in summer, you can also use it as a fan. Now, this is the audio from the speakers. It's not the best, but it's doable. And this is on 150. Switch this on. Let's see. And then I have Bluetooth. So I can be able to do that. That was quite effective. Using these speakers, it's not so loud. But if I use the Bluetooth speakers, then I can be able to have the volume that I need. And with that, you can be able to have it as a radio, designated radio player, or you can also have it for YouTube. And then DSK, obviously, logo, but also I use it as a air vent, so the air can come out. On this side, we have two sections where I can run the USB in and out, and also a few holes for the air vent. We have this attached with magnets, and most of the design is magnetic, so I can be able to remove this and then see what's inside, change whatever I need to change. These are 5-volt batteries that I'm using. Technically, it's overkill because I would have just used one and it would have been fine, but it's also magnetic, so I can be able to take them out. It has 4 magnets that hold them together, and then I can put it in again, place it there, and there we have the cooling system. Absolute overkill. So you just probably need one. And then with the cooling, it's also interchangeable. So you can be able to come and you take this, you can also change to this. You will just have to add the magnets correctly. The same also with the front. This can be able to be changed, and you can have a black one maybe to suit the cable. You can also have one like this that just holds the whole thing inside as a tray. So everything is changeable. And for the design of this, it's about the length is 100 millimeters, and then this is about 40. Quite excited with this project. It took a while, but it took a while for a good reason, because I really wanted to build something that I'll be able to use, and also something that I can be able to in the future put the STL files for people to be able to print. Technically, this is a Raspberry Pi system. So if we take away this, so that we cannot confuse too much, let me bring back my favorite keyboard. So if we take away this, it's just a Raspberry Pi. And the thing with the Raspberry Pi, you can be able to, it's just a microcomputer. It's a small computer. And with a small computer, you can basically do everything that a big computer can do. Check out my cooling, it's 39. Just wanted to show people that. So it can do basically what a small computer can do. So if you get your Raspberry Pi, I would advise you to get Pi apps. So once you get your Pi apps, you can be able to go to the Pi app, and then you'll be able to see all the apps that they have for you to be able to install. A Cyberdeck with a bit of funk in it compared to having just a punk-like looking Cyberdeck, you know. So for me, I like that. I like the idea of it looking like that. So I'm quite pleased with the design. I'm quite pleased with how it came out. And also simple things like this are one of the best ideas that I really tried, and it will influence a lot of other ideas that I'll be working on. For example, for this with the color and variation. The same also with the body. I'm really pleased with it and how it came out. And also the fan is one of those things that I never knew it's going to come out like that, but I was quite pleased when it came out, because it's like blowing cold air. It's cool, it works, and then I can also tuck everything behind if I want and just have it. I still have to put the magnets for the screen, because I was adjusting everything. So I never wanted to have it screwed, so it can be something even a dad and the son or the daughter or whoever can be able to put it together and, bring it together and be able to attach it using magnets. It doesn't need screws. Well, guys, quite pleased with this. We still have more projects to come. I'm excited about the computer to experiment with it. You should check out the video, because there's so much to learn on it. And besides that, this is the first prototype of my Mini Cyberdeck. I will definitely improve on some things. I have some things to work on. Some, for example, I would just want to wire the USB of the Raspberry to have a port, just like any other stuff to plug it in, similar to something like this. So it can become modular by itself. You can be able to move it around. So we're almost there. So when it comes to the actual design of the product, I started from paper, so from desk, paper, and then from paper, then I was able to go to Sharp 3D. That's my go-to 3D modeling software. I use it on the PC, and I also use it on the iPad. On the iPad, it's much more easier because it's very flexible. And then from there, I can be able to work on my designs and look at it from the PC. And from the PC, I can be able to print it out. I was using the Bamboo Lab, and also I was using the AnkerMake M5. So the Bamboo Lab, the advantage, it has the AMS, which you can be able to change your prints, your filaments to different colors, which makes it very flexible. So I was able to alternate and print different things and test. And from there, it's just a back and forth from printing to touching to looking at it, whether it fits. And if it doesn't fit, there are a little bit of modifications that you're able to do on the 3D design or on paper. Then you go back again. So it's a back and forth process till you find your final product that you think it will be the one. So there's a lot of interaction between paper, computer, printing, so to be able to touch the final product. And in the future, I want to minimize how many steps I take in terms of printing, how many prototypes I print before I have my final product. So it's all mathematical. If you are able to key it down to one prototype or two, then it works. But eventually you end up having 5, 6, even up to 10, and some people do up to 20. So it's all about that. It's a dialogue between design and products, and how it feels, how it looks, how you want it to eventually come out. And then from there, it's all about the printing. And once you have it on the printing, it's back and forth. And there are timelines of how much I print. I've printed almost every day, the noise. But thanks to everything, there's coffee. So coffee drives you through and keeps you motivated. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for recommending. Thank you for liking. You know, these experiments take time, but I will keep on giving you behind the scenes. If you haven't watched any behind the scenes, you should go check it out. And then think of the next project and build it up from the desk to the ideas. It's always like that, from the desk to the ideas. So that's DSK2 Designs. Desk 2 Designs. See you on the flip side. Peace. So let's have a conversation. So let's